is a dirt tracker?
A what?
A dirt tracker.
A dirt tracker? Well, no idea.
It's a dirt track.
A dirt tracker.
What's that?
What is a dirt tracker? Something that tracks dirt. Huh?
Oh, that's the name, the Dirties.
Oh, the dirties. Oh, the guys on the side.
I didn't know we were the dirt trackers.
There's a clear 23 who's going to be playing, but then there's some guys who know they're probably not going to play for the rest of this tournament. And you have to tell them that.
Those aren't the guys who are out on the pitch at the end of the game celebrating. They're typically the ones in the stand, but they play such a massively important role.
Their job was to prepare this team, and they took it fully on board.
So basically I had a presentation for the guys every week.
It was kind of my job, you know, to just like mimic another player and how other players play.
Two very specific roles that I had, especially going into the latter part of the World Cup, was referee analysis and also mauling analysis.
For me, it was going to analyse the breakdown of the opposition and knowing what they're doing. Are they choking the player, or not say, holding them up, or are they pulling down, trying to steal the ball?
Where to challenge them, where to put them in situations, where to... That's what we did, and that played a big role.
The way they prepared, I mean, these guys did video analysis, studying the team, studying their way, studying the way they kick, studying the way they run, how they step, all of those kind of things, so they can paint us the exact picture we're going to face on Saturday.
You should just be happy that you're on the plane and you've made the World Cup squad. That doesn't last long because these guys are competitive animals.
To be disappointed about not playing is only natural, I think. But to take on the responsibility to make sure that your teammates get the best preparation possible is professional.
I am the product of Africa, and had long a cherished dream of a rebirth that can now be realized, so that all of our children may play in the sun.
Trouble for Fukuoka. Brilliant! Special! Victory is there! The Rugby World Cup has an Asian quarter-finalist for the first time, and Japan have done it at the expense of Scotland.
I think Japan could be a sticky customer if you come across them in the skill and hands there, the timing in front of the ball.
The game is unbelievable! So too the stepping Lafayette!
I've not seen happening like that.
Japan take on South Africa with the speedy upset.
They've actually been the better teams in the games they've played. So it's not like they got lucky beating Ireland or Scotland. They played better rugby.
Attacking opportunity and they've got it through Fukuoka!
I'd be a little bit worried.
Japan stood out as this team who's playing really well, doing all those things really well, attacking well, beating proper teams well.
The amount of confidence and the amount of support behind the Japanese side, you can just imagine playing in Japan, host nation, and these guys are just killing number 3, 4, 5 in the world.
Why did they beat Scotland now? Why did they beat Ireland? What the fuck is different about this thing? I really think it's something we must discuss.
Daar's die 12, daar's die 2 forwards wat besig is om 'n knife te hardloop en daar's die 15. They always run and the run is a 10.
Because Ireland and Scotland sat off, when it went to the wide channel, the ball was in and out. There was no time then to set on the slam, and then the whole thing was like a cascading effect.
The two-fold is coming, but fuck, I'm in their space, and now I'm moving, now I'm trying to do it, and now one pass takes out 3 players.
One is Tamura, the fly-off, which is very poor, and they try to hide him on the water channels. So the moment you put him under pressure, he's gonna choke.
So that's Kwagga. We would like him to be there.
This is their comfort zone. And so, we can't take their comfort zone away because they're going to try and get into it, but we can fuck up their comfort zone.
They'll just try and absolutely steamroll the Japanese. Like the teams that the Japanese have played so far in this competition, they haven't had the physicality that will be coming from the Springboks.
Japanese are comfortable we call it, they take you to the dance floor. You know, they want to take you to the dance floor, and we want to take them to the gutters.
The game of rugby is a dichotomy between skill and power, or speed and power. That's the game of rugby. And you couldn't get more teams that embodied that more than Japan and South Africa.
If Japan took us to the dance floor, we would struggle because they're small little guys, nippy, you know. If Frans Malherbe has to run there and run back there, then they playing, you know, exactly according to their soul, and they're taking our soul away, which is confrontation. So the moment you take them to where we want to take them, it's something that they're not conditioned for.
Mindset in terms of they want to get out of that physical contest. They want to take you to a contest of running, conditioning, where they have conditioned themselves.
Then whistle to whistle, we would ramp it up physically, and then during the breaks we take our time and not try to do what Ireland and Scotland did, which was trying to match them for tempo the whole time.
Yeah. They're talking about all of this fucking how they train and how fit they are, but when teams actually give it physically to them, hulle val eintlik uit die laaste 10-15 minute if you fucking hammer them with physicality, without a doubt.
Very good evening to you from Tokyo Stadium, the last of the 4 Rugby World Cup quarterfinals.
The vibe was just different, you know. The people are not as friendly or as lucky as they were before.
And then obviously the crowd is on their side, everyone's on their side. It's only South Africa and the people that they're supporting us are rooting for us, but I think the whole of the rest of the world was supporting them.
In the history of South African rugby, since 1957, this is the longest tour ever. So don't tell me that we as a team has not grown as to one of the tightest units ever. I think it's really cool for getting what the gear it is.
The Japanese team's motto this Rugby World Cup campaign has been one team, one dream, and the home crowd has really played its part to help their side emotionally.
These guys do it because they want to grow rugby in the game. Fucking, we want to do it because we want to save our fucking country. We want to do it because we have fucking 27% werkloosheid. We've got fucking 40 murders a day. They've got 120 million people. They're one of the richest countries in the world. That's their motivation, Dwayne. And it is pissing me off that they think that gives them the right that we must sit back and use this individual things of what we have when we are struggling. They don't have. They think they've got the Peter Steff. Hulle het nie farm boys van fucking Rebecca Steele en oudies van Nelspruit en oudies van Zwede. And they don't have that here. They don't, even hulle het nie ouens van Goodwood and from Bethlehem and from fucking Zimbabwe. They don't have that. They can't turn it on and say, here we are. Most of you guys has got this one thing which is dog that you've got inside of you. It's a hond wat jy binne jou het. Dis 'n strandhond wil jy. Jy's nie een van hierdie fucking en Damien, jy's 'n fucking van Milnerton. I want you guys to, when we finish here, today on this field, when this crowd plays a part here, and we compare these individuals and these individuals, we have to take them to that dark place.
Can the Japanese handle the power? Can the Springboks handle the pace?
The last quarter-final at Rugby World Cup 2019 is off and running.
He looks to the skies and has the chase from Mapimpi.
It is what it is. It is war. So.
And they reload again through Khaleesi. They're heading back for the scrum. South African feed. Great attacking position for the South Africans.
We actually had a plan. We said, look, if we can get a one-on-one with Matsuda at their 10, if we get the opportunity to give Mapimpi a one-on-one against him, let's just give him the ball, see what happens.
The Springbok pack gaining some ascendancy. Comes from Mapimpi. Gets away from Tumura and Mapimpi! Japan, we see your bullet train. We raise you, Makazola Mapimpi. who replaced Will Tupo at fullback for this game.
That's trouble.
Careful. Go away. I've got it. All dealt with. Sorry. Michael, you don't need to get involved.
I literally just wanted to, smash the guy, and not really obviously do it illegally. I just wanted to smash him and make a, obviously a statement to say that we're here for business.
Well, straight yellow card for Tendai Taurira. Overzealous in the tackle in his 115th Test match.
You can prepare as much as you can, but whatever happens on the field, that's the way the game is played. But you got to adjust.
But defending 14 guys with our type of defense against an attacking brand like Japan is very tough. One guy makes a big difference in your defense line.
Tamura, dangerous ball, but now there's some room out to the left. Lovely hands across the park to the live wire, to the flyer. Fukuoka still going. Still with Japan. South African number one, nicely now they straighten. Mbonambi with a key tackle. On they go through Horia. Punching hard Tamura. The crowd rides him. The ball on the inside. It's good. So's the shot from Vermeulen. Leach dumbing. Whipping on some feet here.
It was a tough 10 minutes, the longest 10 minutes of my life.
For that 10 minutes, we had to defend and we had to tackle our butts off.
Hulle gaan kom in die scrum, jockey. This is the scrum where they're going to come for us.
Good way from Japan at the scrum, looking for the penalty and getting it. Tamura to reduce the deficit to just 2. Tamura, bang!
And the counter is on. Need to reorganise quickly on defence here. Lafayette with the kick in behind. Lost forward.
I dive for the ball, me and Pieter-Steph dive into each other. So he dives directly into my left shoulder here. Imagine diving into Pieter-Steph the toe at full pace. Someone's going to get hurt.
Good to see Leroux smiling.
And I'm like, Doc, I can't feel my arm, but I'm laughing on TV. But it was just such a weird feeling down my arm. So I had no sense of feeling from minute 10 of the game going forward in my left shoulder.
Pollard again. Let's go loaded. Scoop that one up from Leroux. Look for the box and now pings it across the park and they set up Leach again. He goes up and the contest is okay.
Oh, he's taking a pounding, Willie Leroux.
Willie Leroux away for Lukanyuam.
Now peels away. Colby up for Leroux, loses it. Couple of handling errors from players we're not used to seeing them from.
I don't want to show Rassie that I'm weak. I drop my team. I give up quickly. I play for my country, but I was very scared of dropping my team at the same thinking of it now that I could have done something wrong at a certain time and we could have been out of the World Cup.
It comes for Derlendi. Again, the ball ripped. In contact, it was promising.
No look ball wide. Back in field it comes. Khaleesi grabs it. He goes back to Japan.
Keep the ball, Sia. Keep the ball if you get a turnover.
Pollard, Leroux, and Derlendi. Lukanyuam. Oh, Mapimpi. It was a poor pass.
When I actually get something you cool, but zinto ze game.
called to use it, still there with South Africa. De Linde almost getting through, still going. It's a repeater. There won't be a try. They're coming back. They're coming back. Wayne Barnes says no. It might only be 5-3, but it's still one of the most thrilling halves of rugby we've had in World Cup history.
Well, a pulsating, absorbing first half in this last quarter-final at Rugby World Cup.
There's a fucking shitload of negative. Okay. Everyone's got something fucking negative to say. Be positive or fucking keep your mouth shut. You can't fucking win a test match like that. Okay. Be positive or fucking make a positive fucking contribution to the game so that we can fucking change this.
Who the fuck's negative? The next guy throws his arm there, just tell me if he's come fucking off. We're gonna physically dominate these guys, we're gonna fucking play our place, we're gonna fuck them physically up and get into their 22 and see how. You're gonna go to the referee and say to him, listen here, we also want to get some margin with balls going our way now.
30 seconds, let's go.
It's a two-point game. The winner of this one will take on Wales next week in semi-final number 2. That first half on an absolute knife edge.
It wasn't panic, it was just frustration, knowing that we can do better and we can be more accurate. But again, the physical toll we took on them the first half, we knew if we just keep on doing that, they will eventually break down.
You know, we knew about
Thompson distributing like a fly half. Fukuoka hit hard, set their back line alight. Fukuoka reaching up and gets absolutely creased by Billy the Rook.
We're going to our strength now. We're going to impose ourselves on this Japanese team in front of their home crowd. We're going to silence this crowd because their tails are up.
Back inside for Leach, big hit on Thompson. But Nagare managing to get his pass away. Then to Lendi, manhandling Matsuda. And fabulous counter ruck from the box as well. It's a best carry.
Powerful stuff, isn't it, from the South Africans? Just the intensity and the physicality. Japan are really struggling in this second half.
It's big defence from Malcolm Arts. He's got 3 men around and mauls the call. I don't think this one's coming out.
Oh, that's just not fair. That is just brute strength. Wins a scrum.
I just wanted to, obviously, get a scrum penalty and make amends for those 3 points.
Huge scrum from the Springboks. They have a penalty advantage.
Drive came on, 3 put it on the floor.
They won the penalty and Pollard knocks it through.
Yeah, every time when I obviously pushed the other guy backwards, and it gave me so much energy, and that energy also rubbed onto the other guys around me. And I think what you're seeing there is just passion. It's just pure passion. It's just, what I feel for the jersey, what I feel for the Springboks.
And South Africa have the penalty. Immediate pressure.
Yeah, and the Springbok power slowly starting to sink in. The more penalties are coming. The scrum penalties are coming. And you almost wonder also, Joel, at this stage of the game, with the 6-2 split win, are South Africa going to start making those changes because the pack is starting to get reward.
You lose Mahurba, Matawara, and you bring on Vincent Conker, Stephen Kitsoff. Just suffocating Japan, KT, in the second half.
Oh, they are. They really, really are, South Africa. You just see there, RG Snyman has come on in jersey 19.
Just grab the scrum cap.
We got this line out on the, I think it was on the 10-yard line or something. It was like 45 meters up.
The way we did our maul, but I always had a plan with a maul somewhere that I knew we were going to use that.
And I said to him, I need some time with the pack to work on our maul, to actually do some work time. So he said to me, does it need to be on field? Or he feels we need to get the guys together and actually discuss it. And as it so happened that day, it was scheduled for, it rained like hell in Kobe. It was literally the typhoon day. And we were caught up as a group of forwards, we were caught up in a coaching room where we just threw it out. We put a couple of beers in the front, in the middle, and we said, right, there's our mauls, let's talk about it.
And the first thing that everyone's very drawn to is 2 or 3 massive buckets of beer filled with ice. And everyone's saying, boys, it's a test, leave it alone.
We just sat in the boardroom and the guys just literally talked for 2.5 hours about mauling.
The maul is actually so important because it's an area where you can really exert dominance. Getting mauled 20 meters back is very disheartening.
Nou, fok boys. Sê jy vir my, as ons dit reg kry, hoe die fok so my ouens?
Rossi inputted, I inputted, we all just stood there as a group of forwards, knowing that this was a major, major platform for us.
Now, Kwagga would come in and say, but this works better for him.
Hoeveel power kan ek generate balls hier? Van buite af. Met hierdie ek het net my skouer, hè? Ek het net my skouer.
And then see, I would say, yeah, but I feel you guys are pegging me in here. I don't feel loose enough, you know. It was that kind of thing where it was totally relaxed. I've seen you at the back go, and yes, look like you're humping somebody. You go, and yes, and yes, and yes.
A guy like Thomas du Toit studied the referee's timing and how long he will give us advantage or time to set our maul before he will go use it once. So he did all that analysis.
Good contact from De Jager in the middle, imposing themselves once more through the maul. First call of use it has come, but the maul is rampant on its way forward.
It's a thing of beauty, actually, and to see the boys do that, it's amazing.
You just feel like them just giving way, and the maul just kept going. And
keep on going, keep on going.
Looking down and looking up, and you see another white line.
Still with the Box big men. They've taken it 20 now. Marks patient at the back.
Going and we're going and we're going, and I think we've got advantage, but there's no ball coming.
It just went on and on and on and on and on.
Another white line, another white line.
10 meters turned into 20 meters, turned into 40 meters.
Still they come. Did Japan concede? They're getting closer.
And they're just going, and it's going, and it's going.
I feel like my legs are like lead.
I looked and there was literally nobody in front of me.
They're getting closer and closer, Marks. Still going. Now Marks did a clip. It is absolute precision. It's surgical.
Oh, it's a Springbok machine, a green machine in the pack. Just complete another power.
I think that's what broke them. And I think that's where the Japanese almost gave up.
Ipalu again. Touch high. Ripped out. Backwards. Ripped away by Khaleesi. Now Monster finds Collard who gets through. Floats it wide to LaRue. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Mapimpi is in again. Makazole. Mapimpi.
So, but ke ndabuzo ke nokwami question bakhe ba into enzathini na because kuFerrari sizamakana nazo but ke ndabaxelela ke mina ku press conference ba ngathi ndo score kuvili ke wabethetha ke apha kum ba I told you in about what then ndifuna ukhangela le Ferrari ngele xesha but ndabheka uba le Ferrari ndiboni le ndikhuphele ngaphandle emgcini ndibheka ndifuna ucala is that you brother bro where are you now is that you Ferrari now
Ferrari's not in. He can't stop scoring. Makazole Mapimpi, that's his 5th against Japan. Mark Williams in their last 2 games. Down to Colby.
Rolling your ankle 5 times in a quarterfinal, not be able to finish the game was the worst feeling.
We have
Real concern to Rossi Erasmus and the coaching team. Chisholm's been a little bit of magic in this box side.
And Andre Pollard says, that will do us. We're off to the semis. The Springboks, too good for Japan here. The Cinderella story comes to an end. Well, it was a second half World Cup knockout rugby masterclass from the two-time winners.
Japan needs a lot of credit as well for how they played and how they, came at us. I think it was a massive game.
The Springboks prepare for a semi-final showdown against Wales, a team that had risen to third in the world rankings and one the Springboks had not beaten in 4 previous occasions.
I got the assessment the Sunday morning and it wasn't good at all.
We have this policy within the team that if you don't train on the Monday or the first day of training, that you are not eligible.
I was kept on the rev, like I could go at any moment,
He trained a little bit, but it didn't look good. So I said to the team, Cheslin is out. Cheslin is 100% out.
Our record against South Africa's been pretty good in the last 4 or 5 years, so...
I think not everyone realises that how tough our fixtures have been over the last few years, playing against a side like Wales.
They probably the hardest team that I've analysed against.
In the last 4 years, we've never beaten Wales. Side we don't know how to beat.
They are not softies. They're not like Ireland. They're not like England, who goes away. They're tough fuckers.
They play the most similar style to the Springboks.
Their system is give you the ball and strangle you and let you make mistakes and let you get bored and start playing.
They don't have a default attack shape. They have a default kicking shape to get them in the right areas.
But they would kick literally 44 times the ball to you.
We know you're going to kick, and we're going to kick more. But whether the players could stay disciplined in that was the key.
I'm so happy this test match is not in South Africa. If this game was played in South Africa, after the first kick, the crowd will go, oh, because the way we're going to win this test match is to have patience. We're going to repeat this until Saturday evening, until you say, fuck us, I'll be back.
That will allow us to get to our plans, that'll allow us to get to our dice, all that stuff. Clear? Yeah. Super.
You can't attack against Wales. Unbelievable defence. They smother you to death.
This happens all the time. All the time. That's against everybody. Australia, New Zealand, everybody. It's a tactic, that's what they do.
This is their smallest guy on France's biggest guy.
You don't know, is he going to read the ball from me? And you're busy leg trialing, and now you don't actually know how they're going to keep me up. You're not sure, and you actually know low, and now you're low. Now you actually don't know if this guy's going to push me down. You're not fucking sure.
That on my whistle, that he must fight. But he's fighting with also leg drive towards the side for about 3 seconds. Ready? Go for it! Then you let go. All ready? Let's go.
They've got their story in order. So it was never going to be a game about flash and X Factor. It was always going to be system against system.
Selena Roots looks a little bit has some concern on the line. Bob's kicking is quite infuriating.
At captains, Cheslin was running around like a rabbit. He could do everything.
On the Friday, he was stepping our team, our starting lineup. He was cutting them to pieces. I said, guys, I'm considering picking Cheslin. And Stocker said to me, no, you'll just lose the team. You'll lose the whole team. The guys will never trust you again.
We've showed our trust to Smooth that he's going to start the game, and all of a sudden, we're going against our principles and our protocols.
I listened to Stocker, but I still went to Cheslin. I asked him, how are you feeling? And he said, no, good, but he almost gave me the look of are you crazy? Why are you asking me this? Almost like he even was, if he was okay, he wouldn't have allowed me to select him. So I really felt a little bit like an arsehole.
It shows us the principles and the protocols that we had in place. It really created a good environment for the players in our side to excel.
That's why I say coaches always pretend that they know everything. Sometimes we're unsure, sometimes we are doubtful, sometimes, we change our minds on 99. And I think the more you tell that to players and to the rest of the management, the more they help you, like they helped me in that specific week.
Good morning, South Africa. Good evening from International Stadium, Yokohama. Just one match remains this weekend to determine who will go on to meet England in the Rugby World Cup final.
As always, when the Springbok play, there is pressure to perform and an expectation to succeed, such as the history of this side. Under coach Rassie Erasmus, he's asked his team to embrace the Springbok way, which is based around power running, strong defense and pressure built over 80 minutes.
If you change your mind based on new information, then you're allowed to change your mind. And I changed my mind about this game last night after a few bottles of wine. No, a few, not one. Beast, I know you're scrumming against that guy. But if I compare, just now, forget brains. Just physical power, strength, fitness, fucking muscle, endurance. Beast, Wyn Jones. Bongi, Owens. Malherbe, Francis. Etzebeth, Ball. Jager, Jones. Polisi, Wainwright. Pollard, Bigger. Delenda, Parks. Bongi, there's not a fucking position where they are stronger than us. Forget that we've got answers for all these fucking technical things already. So no, I've changed my mind. And I want you to change your mind with me. Let's fuck them off this. I know I say it every week, but last night when England fucked up New Zealand physically, I thought, shit, we can do it for another 160 minutes. Yeah, but I give you my word, I could be doing no flight. We can do it for another 160 minutes and we'll drink out of that fucking cup. We'll still have brains in the game. We'll still have calm heads. But yeah, boys, come on, fuck full of fishes off. Peace, you can't live with us. Do you agree with me? Yeah.
I was nervous when I was in the change room. As soon as I got out and I looked at the crowd, I was like, this is everything that I imagined it to be. I've been here before. Maybe it's not in the physical, but in the spiritual realm, for sure, I've been here before. I knew that I wasn't going to start in the final, but that didn't matter to me. My job was to win the semi-final. So I did it for the 12-year-old me. And in actual fact, I did it for everyone, for my siblings, because that 12-year-old me is a brother, is a son. I needed to validate the amount of hard work, perseverance, and trouble that I've put my family through just to make this one dream work.
We're going again on semi-final weekend. South Africa v Wales. Pollard goes to the air early. Here's Davis, sent it back up the park to Pollard. Pollard.
You've literally got to outball them.
Kick it, sir.
No, in.
What a kick. What a kick, sir. Very quiet here. Balls in the air, the crowd waiting for something.
It's almost like, telling a kid not to eat a chocolate, and you put the chocolate in front of him.
They were unbelievably disciplined. Just stay doing what they had to do, what they had to do, what they had to do.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But if we didn't dong it back, I promise you they would have pounced there and probably win that game again.
Knowing their game plan, and obviously just being so physical and being so ready for what they're going to do that they can't do it. And that's how you take their soul away.
Penalty advantage to the Springboks. Andre Pollard. And now he has them on the board in Yokohama.
This time for Adams. Tip offside there, South Africa.
Very, very silly penalty.
He goes, and Bigger, and he black dots it.
South Africa getting some purchase with the scrum and bringing the penalty advantage. Pollard's kick dissects the uprights perfectly.
It's Halfpenny, not the man you want running at Eben Etzebeth, who suplexes him into the turf. The crossing.
Starting to look ominous now. South Africa starting to get a little bit more surgeon in their game.
Penalty advantage here, South Africa.
Striking it really well this evening, Handré Pollard.
Look, there's that Jake Ball already sitting. Jockey, go in, Alec. I want you to get the ball across. We are tiring them with our tight five. Remember, we've got 6 guys on the bench. Tire them. Don't give penalties away. Tire them.
You know, they had big eyes. They didn't know what was happening.
Just had the wind taken out.
Fuck. That guy's fucked. That guy's gone.
They couldn't even gain an inch, you know, against us.
Down to Vermeulen, who gets a chance to wind up. And goes over the top of one.
Oh, he's
there's some issues here.
Francis is in some real pain there.
The diesel truck coming at him.
That guy's fucked. Well done, Dwayne. One down.
Owens angling across the park. There's a big shot off the ball there. That should be a penalty, will be. Wangi Mbonambi.
Help je, ons is 70 minute in hulle helfte en ons kry fokkelpunte en ons gee so stupid fucking penalty af en die halftyd score is 9-16.
These 40 minutes of play in the rearview mirror. We knew it would be a kick-dominated game. We knew it would be bruising, and it's just gone entirely to script. Martin Williams.
You can't give a fucking penalty away in a semi-final and lose it for us because you decide you're just going to give a fucking penalty away. Be disciplined there. We work your ass off for 35 minutes. They get there for 2 minutes, you give a fucking penalty away. We're going to lose a fucking test match like that. You're going to be disciplined now. You are busy fucking them up so much physically. There's already 3 players of them off the field. We haven't even made a sub. You are fucking them up so much, but you are fucking it up with their own discipline. We are going to be disciplined now, but we are still going to fuck them up.
Let's go!
That semi-final was maybe the tightest game of rugby I've seen in years. That it was properly nip and tuck and back and forth.
There's the 10th kick of the night off the boot of Davis. That's a good grab from Vermeulen. Pollard has to prop and fires it across the park, and it is a fizzing.
We knew going to that game was going to be a boring rugby match for people to watch from the outside and the crowds and the fans. But for me personally, it was probably my most interesting game I've ever played for the Springboks because it was such a chess match of when to kick and not losing patience.
Williams towards the room. He grabs it.
I can't lift up my arm, and I need to lift up my shoulders because I need to catch high balls.
People don't understand that, you know, what actually happened to him, that he had a neuropraxia. There's damage to the nerve in his shoulder.
And get their chase line organised, and then another kick launched by Gareth Davis and fumbled by LaRue.
The fact that he was able to play with that injury and continue in that game with that injury already says a lot. Most guys would just have to come off.
Owens to the front, ping South Africa. Might be bigger stepping in a moment with a chance to take a shot at the poles. The 2 number 9s collide there. De Klerk doesn't know that play is dead. And it's like a couple of punchy little bulldogs going at it.
And just the change of momentum here with this kick off the mistake. Wales got the opportunity for points to even this up.
Here he comes and he hammers it home. We're all square once more.
We can't give 3 points away for fuck all. 3 points in a semi-final is inexcusable. You can see Malcolm and Vincent.
Fresh legs and that monstrous front row, replacement front row. And Marks, Kitsoff and Cock.
Patience, patience, patience. But sitting in the coach's box, you see you're going, when are we going to get a scoring opportunity? When are we going to get a scoring opportunity?
We're going to break them down, and eventually it will break. Eventually.
Takes it on strong. Peter Step Detroit. De Klerk. Marks. Let's go at the back for Pollard. Pollard dancing around the defence. Beats a couple. Pollard.
Andre wants to play, coach. Watch me.
The penalty advantage as well for South Africa. De Klerk towards Leroux, somehow weaves it through the line. Still with South Africa. De Allende! He is deadly! We've got our first try of the night. A couple of knots. Pollard not troubled by it.
De Allende scored. I think we all thought that's it.
Crowd have come to life, and now we're starting to hear the roar.
The tension just got cranked up that little bit more under the shadows of the sticks here, Wales, with the feed to the scrum. The weight from the Springboks is big. It forces a quick release. Davis across the line. Try! Wales, Josh Adams. Okay, this to level it up. It is a tricky shot at the poles.
As I'm sort of just jogging back to the halfway line and he kicks it, and I hear the crowd scream.
Halfpenny. It is good off the boot.
Automatically, as I fly off and as a kicker, you go into the mindset of, listen, there's a big moment coming, so you better be ready for it.
Okay, we want to get flow on. Flow for Sia or for Dwayne or for Cooper Steph.
World-class players have the ability to create big moments in a game. And that was Flo's role.
South Africa has allowed Wales back into this game.
One-out throw is good to the middle. Owens. Deep he goes. Pacho was back and now gets whacked.
No penalties, Jockey, please, no penalties. 8 minutes.
Alan Wynne-Jones struck by arm.
Obviously, going for a turnover can, quickly result in ball in possession or possibly a shot at goal. The rewards are often quite great, but the risks are possibly devastating.
It is so tense at Yokohama International, and again, Wales putting the phases together.
Fast pace, no penalties. We must just get out of here.
Sometimes it's really difficult, especially when you're back against the wall and you need to make a decision. Is this the right decision? And it's split seconds.
Moriarty plays scrum half to Alan Wynne-Jones. Now the penalty. He was a touch isolated.
Times it to perfection, and what a big penalty for the South African team, Francois Louw.
They are slower to one breakdown than South Africa were. And that's all down to that bomb squad idea, down to that 6-2 split, down to them being able to keep all of their bodies fresh.
To do it in that moment, knowing that if he stuffs this up, they get a penalty and they're probably winning the match. The balls to do that is truly amazing.
I told Lood, you're going to kick this out now, you're going to maul, you're going to get a penalty, and then Polly's going to kick it over.
This game started on a slow simmer, and it's about to hit Boyle. 16. Play 16. The ball here with South Africa, and now the arm goes out from referee Garces.
Yeah, you knew exactly what was coming. What I will say is this is not by any stretch of the imagination a give me for Pollard. Kicked superbly all evening. Now, the one that matters, can he slot it?
When you're not on the field, it's much harder for me. So I stress, and I don't like this, and I can't look. It's very, like, I don't know how he deals with that.
4 from 4 tonight, and he has not looked like missing.
Sitting there, and I'm looking down, because I don't want to watch, actually.
Pollard.
I know he's going to kick now, so I looked up for 1 second.
I know in 20, 30 years' time, I'll still be remembering Handré Pollard's kick from the last minute.
They are off to the biggest game in rugby. They are World Cup finalists. Next week, it'll be the Springboks v England.
Because I can't thank you enough. We've got one more week. Remember, when we win the trophy and they write our name, they don't say it's 2023, they say South Africa. And let's just do it one more time, especially for the guys at home as well. Trevor and Jesse, we're all in this together, management, medical team. Let's go one more time. When you think you've read enough or you've watched enough clips, watch again. One more week, boys. And like Coach said last week, this can change our lives, all of us here. Let's put it together.
Next week on Chasing the Sun.
You draw that line in the sand. And on this side, you defend your family, your country, your people. You defend everything you stand for.